Okay. Whether the PPT is visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Any doubts as far as yesterday's session was considered?
No, ma'am.
We discussed Enterprise 2.0, what it is, what are its pros and cons. Then we went to entrepreneur networks, enterprise social networking, the benefits, limitations part of social commerce, social collaborations. Now we move on to the next part. Okay. Now see, all these topics are contemporary. The subject is in totality a contemporary, not exactly a broad theory base. So maybe you have a lot of scope here to share whatever you have. Now the next is C2C, that is consumer to consumer electronic commerce. Now here, this C2C business, it involves an electronic interface of transactions between the consumers, in between one or two more consumers, through the interface of some other party, the third party. Now here, those consumers or customers with the common needs, okay, visit the websites. Suppose some of them, they want to sell their products, the other consumers wants to purchase their products. So such type of consumers arrive at a common platform and through e-transaction module complete the transactions. That is what is C2C electronic commerce. Now here, some websites like eBay or OLX, okay, they come into this business model. This third party websites, okay, here you need to register, subscribe, and these websites make money by charging some fees to the sellers. Many times they are also sold via classifieds or auctions on the internet. So here, due to this interface, electronic transaction or these platforms help the customer to place the product on these websites. They get easy access of only those customers, those who are interested to purchase the particular product. It's, since it's a electronic media, it's very cheap. You reach the target segment very easily. Next thing, the money involved is less expensive as compared to the other means, offline mode in this case. Similarly for buyers, again they get the easy platform to have a look, compare, pay through internet, and the product is at their doorstep. So this is what about consumer to consumer electronic commerce. Now, not necessarily I say that when I say OLX or eBay that it should be the repurchasing or reselling. If you see nowadays, small scale entrepreneurs take help of these websites C2C through these platforms or make use of, as we discussed, social collaborations or social platforms like Facebook marketing or Instagram or WhatsApp media. Person to person model. Now, here, a penetration of smartphones, especially, has made the mobile payments possible within no time. This is one of the quickest and best mode of e-payments. So here when we say person to person model, that is, suppose if you want, okay, through your WhatsApp, to just tap a particular person, you got the reference from one of your friend, or you are into a small scale business. Okay, in that case, personally, if you have the number of that particular person, you can just message it on the WhatsApp, send the photographs of the products, customization, so that the consumer or the customer can have a glance at it and decide whether to purchase a particular product or not. Especially, you can take into consideration the homemade products into these categories, maybe baking things or maybe ornamental jewelries. Here you can take into consideration businesses also, person to person, those who are into the advisory services, okay, like legal advices, legal solutions, portfolio managers, okay, those who manage their businesses specifically. So even this is possible through this internet connectivity, that is person to person transaction models. You offer the solutions on the internet, through the, I mean, through the internet, you mail the person, you just send it on the WhatsApp or document. So solution providers also come into this category. If you take the teaching and learning process, even that comes into this person to person model. Now, because of COVID, if you see, this model is much more in popularity, the person to person model. When the visits are blocked, physical distancing is there. Through the means of these channels, a person thinks of reaching to the other person, that is person to person model. Next, we move on to one of the important thing, that is Internet of Things, which is the gaining popularity in this decade. The Internet of Things is an emerging topic of technical, social, and economic significance. If you take any products like consumer durables, cars, trucks, or industrial utility components, sensors, or any of the everyday objects which are being combined with internet connectivity and data analytic capabilities that aspire to transform the way we work and we live. That is what is Internet of Things is about. It refers to scenarios when network connectivity and computing capability extends to objects, sensors, and everyday items not normally considered computers, allowing the devices to generate, exchange, and consume data with minimal human intervention. So it's a part where you have the machines which work instead of human beings. Now, the concept of combining computers, sensors, and networks to monitor and control the devices. There should be internet connectivity for this. There should be broad-based penetration of IP-based networking, computing economics, miniaturization, data analytics modeling, and rise of cloud computing for this. Now, this Internet of Things uses different communication models with its own characteristics. Maybe it may be include device to device, device to cloud, device to gateway, and backend data sharing also. Now here, uh, privacy is one of the issue as far as this Internet of Things is considered. The full potential of the Internet of Things depends on strategies that respect individual privacy choices across a broad spectrum of expectations. Now, the privacy rights and respect for user privacy expectations are integral to ensuring user trust and confidence in the Internet or the connected devices and the related services which are availed by the customers. Now, here even the it raises many regulatory and legal questions also, as well as amplifies existing legal issues around the usage of the internet. Now, the cyber security, we say, it's one of the most challenging tasks of the decade, and the Internet of Things will play a critical role in it. That is what is being said about this. The range of devices which include here is the vehicles, household appliances, medical devices, electric meters, gadgets, street lights, traffic controls, smart TVs, digital assistants. Okay, so all this come into this Internet of Things category. In short, the Internet of Things is about extending the power of the internet, okay, beyond computers and smartphones. It is the extension of this to a whole wide range of other elements or other processes and the environment. It has many applications in our day-to-day life also. When something is connected to the internet, it means that it can send information or service or both. Now, this ability to send or receive information makes things smart and smarter is better. Now, smartphones is one of the example of it. Okay. Now here, if you take into consideration the sensors, okay, that collect information and send it, the computers that receive information and then act upon it. Both there are some things which can do both the things. All the three of us of these have they have much more benefits or advantages upon each other. Now, if you take into consideration the sensors, which measures the temperature, moisture, motion, air quality, light, and anything you can think of where you have these sensors. When paired with internet connection, they allow us with relevant information from that particular background or environment, which helps you to take better decisions. Now, suppose on the farm, in the fields, okay, automatically getting the information about soil moisture, which can tell the farmers exactly when the crops need to be watered. Instead of watering too much or too little, the farmer can ensure that crops get exactly the appropriate amount of water. Now, sensors allow machines to make sense of their environments. So, in a way, the information is conveyed to us. Now we know about the printer. It receives document and then prints. So similarly here also, the sensors get the information and then they pass on the information to us. Now the sensors collect the information about soil moisture. A farmer could activate the irrigation system or turn it off as appropriate. With the internet enabled systems, There is no need for the farmer to be a process of it. The irrigation system can automatically act as needed based on how much moisture is detected. You have today the automatic sprinklers also, if you see. So this is also one of the example as far as the irrigation system is considered. Even if you think in your future, the irrigation system receives information about the weather forecast from its internet connection. It can also know that when it is going to rain and decide whether to put the water to the crops or not. Internet of Things also provides businesses and people better insight into and control over objects and environments that are currently beyond the reach of the internet. It describes the network of physical objects or things that are embedded with either sensors or software or other technologies for the purpose of connecting and exchange of data with other devices or systems over the internet. Now, in consumer market, Internet of Things technology is attached with products, okay, pertaining to the concept of maybe smartphones. Now, here we come with the application part of the Internet of Things. As I have given you an example of the irrigation system. Similarly, today we do have the smart home, like your smartphone. The smart home is also the concept. Home automation, it deals with the home automation part, which can include you things like lighting, heating and air conditioning, media and security systems, the camera systems. Now here the long term benefits could include energy savings by automatically ensuring lights, electronics are turned off, or by making the residents in a home aware of the usage of this uh, technologies. A smartphone or automated home could be based on a platform or hubs that control smart devices and appliances. Like you have smart mirrors, robot vacuum cleaners, wireless kitchen appliances, which are interactive, internet connected devices that would transform our lives in a day to come, in the days to come. Now you may have the video door phones and bells here, smart lightings, smart switches and plugs, CCTV cameras, smart monitoring cameras for the sake of security, smart assistants, which come into this category. It's a, as we say, it's a home automation. It's a building automation for home. When connected with the internet, home devices are important constituents, okay, of Internet of Things. Now heating, ventilation and air conditioning. It is possible to have remote control of all home energy monitors over the internet, incorporating a simple and friendly user interface. Now, if you see the lighting control systems, a smart network that incorporates communication between various lighting system inputs and outputs using one or more central computing devices. Occupancy aware control systems, where it is possible to sense the occupancy of home using smart meters and environmental sensors like CO2 sensors, which can be integrated into the building automation system to trigger automatic responses. You may have a solar panel, because since energy is one of the important aspect, so high solar energy panel output in the middle of the day to run maybe your machines like washing machines, or maybe you want to water the plants through the machine. So that is possible. Home robots, security. A household security system is integrated with home automation. That is possible. You have smoke detectors, CO detectors. Even that is possible here. Indoor positioning systems, that is IPS If you have, pets in your house, or you have small babies, maybe there is nobody to have a look, you can, or the old age people. So in that case, you can track the movements and control their access rights. Maybe if you have the cameras fixed and attached with your smartphone, so you can just trace the movements. Even you can think of having the pollution levels. If you have a smart kitchen which is connected to the cooking arena, okay, even there you have this. The voice control devices like the Amazon Alexa or Google Home used to control home appliances or systems. Okay, so here on the behalf of person, these machines try to give the orders and make the things done for your sake. So here, utilizing home automation could lead to more efficient and intelligent energy saving techniques. So with the integration of this information and communication with the renewable energy systems, like you have the solar power, wind power, homes can autonomously make decisions about whether to store energy or expand it for the given appliance. It leads to total overall positive scenario when it comes to family safety and security. So Internet of Things has contributed a lot in this aspect. If you take into consideration the smart cities part, okay, smart city, what are the aspects of smart city?
I think, ma'am, more facilities.
Yeah, more facilities. A smart city is an urban area that uses different types of electronic methods and sensors to collect the data and keep the environment techno savvy. Insights gained from the data, they are used to manage the assets, the resources, and the services efficiently. This data is used to improve the operations across the city. Now, data collected from citizens or devices, buildings, assets is processed and analyzed to monitor, manage the traffic and the transportation systems. It is also used in power plants, utilities, water supply networks, wastage, crime detection, information systems, schools, libraries, hospitals. Okay, when you take the whole city into consideration, everything under the purview of a city is considered here. Now, this smart city concept integrates information and communication technology and various physical devices connected to Internet of Things network to optimize the efficiency of the city operations and services to connect to citizens. Like smart city technology allows city officials, okay, to interact directly with both community and city infrastructure and monitor what exactly is happening in the city. That is one aspect. The use of application of a wide range of electronic and digital technologies to communities and the cities, the use of ICT to transform life and working environment within that region, embedding information and communication in government systems. So, more efficient use of physical infrastructure, that is road, build environment, other physical assets, maybe through artificial intelligence and data analytics, okay, in order to support a strong and healthy economic, social, and cultural development. It engages effectively with local governance officials by use of open innovation processes, e-participation, improving the collective intelligence of the city's institutions through e-governance. So e-governance is one of the important thing which the government has brought it into the system. Now here, if you take the examples, okay, of this smart cities, maybe there are cities provide the open platforms. There are facilities, smart city infrastructure is there. Like will be having the metros, okay. So it can come into that. You may have the Wi-Fi connectivity. Maybe if you have seen, Public utility spaces. Okay, introduction of maybe in parks. If you visit some parks, there is the Wi-Fi connectivity is available. In hospitals, it is available. If you see today, we have the smart buses. If you consider in Pune, we have the smart buses where the doors open on their own. Even in case of metros, okay, still yet uh, it's to be initiated in Pune, but in other metropolitan cities, it already exists. If you take into consideration even the taking the tokens for boarding the metro, that is again on the basis of the smart concepts. You have the monorails. There are introduction of smart cards in public sector. Smart cards in the public sector, maybe if you have your Aadhaar card, you may have a smart card. If you have your um, cylinders, you have a smart card. If you have your driving licenses today, you have the smart card, isn't it? So here digitization or so-called internet of things is penetrating here. So these are some of the examples wherein we can take into consideration, or maybe digital billboards penetrating into the cities. They also come into this categories. Now here, common IP infrastructure that is open to researchers to develop applications, wireless meters and devices which transmit information. There are smart energy meters which are provided for the energy consumption and reduce energy usage. Solar power garbage compactors are there, which is a way ahead. We are speaking of electric bikes and electric cars, which will need in future recharging stations, okay, energy saving lamps. All this come into the purview of the smart city. Now, when we speak of governance, it has entered into the government officials' offices also. Maybe just at the click of the button, you may get many of the information of any type which is required. Now, if you consider the artificial intelligence or machine learning, you may have the drones which collect the information. You can think of robotics, which is the future ahead. The wired infrastructure is required to support this Internet of Things, and wireless technology is central to more interconnected living. Now here, even the hybrid city is a combination of physical cooperation and the virtual city related to physical space. So here, the multiplicity of interactive devices in a smart city generates a large pool of data, which is then interpreted. Now, these smart grids are important. Technology in smart cities. Now, smartphones or gadgets are one of the important things. If you see, the bicycle sharing systems are also important elements in the smart cities, which the government has introduced. Smart mobility is also important. We have the intelligence transportation systems and CCTVs systems, which are being developed for the sake of security. Some smart cities also have the digital libraries. So, online collaborative sensor data management platforms are online databases services that allow sensor owners to register and connect their devices, okay, for a large pool of online database to store. So, these are the applications. As I said, smart cards. So, here these cards possess a unique encrypted identifier that allows the owner to log into a range of government e-services without setting up multiple accounts. We have the retractable boards that allow to restrict access inside city centers. So here a smart city is a framework predominantly composed of information and communication technologies to develop, deploy and promote sustainable development practices in this growing era of urbanization. But for this, the framework is essential. Now, cloud-based Internet of Things application receive, analyze, and manage data in real time to help maybe the municipalities, the enterprises, the citizens uh, move ahead, and helps in taking better decisions to improve the quality of life. Citizens also engage with the smart ecosystems in various ways, like smartphones, mobile devices, connected cars, smart homes, etc. Now, connected cars is maybe with the which can communicate with the parking meters, and electric vehicle charging docks is a way ahead. Smart garbage cans automatically will send the waste to management to companies and schedule pickup as needed, as pre-planned, is again a futuristic way. So here the environmental, social and economic sustainability is a must to keep pace with rapid expansion that is taxing our cities' resources. So here we are moving ahead with the hand in hand with these technologies and embracing them to create a better future. High power embedded LEDs alert commuters about traffic issues, weather warnings, environmental aspects like fires. Maybe we may have the alarms in future. Street lights can also detect free parking spaces, EV charging docks, alert drivers where to find open spot to park your car. You may come to know prior only. So all this is a part of smart city. Now next coming is the smart cars. Okay. Now car automakers are ramping up their connected car efforts for several reasons. Like internet connectivity in vehicles allows cars to release softwares updates in real time, which is really very extremely important. You have today the means like Google Maps and navigators which help you decide the way, the route. Amazon is attempting to capture control of in-car experience with Alexa, investing in firms that can help drive the voice assistance in car capabilities. Amazon has also invested in two of the most disruptive technologies in the transportation shelf, self-driving technology and electrification. The process of powering something via electricity that was previously powered by another source. So here today we say as far as the smart cars is considered, it's a waiting. Now here, as far as I told you about the smart home appliances, can anybody say something about this smart home appliances? What are these? Hello?
Ma'am, like automatic washing machine
Yeah,
where we just
so
need to,
whatever appliances which we are using, like automatic home machine, maybe
it can
you
be a
may
microwave
have the
also.
mixer grinders automated. Okay. Maybe you may have the Alexa which gives the orders. You may have the robots. Okay. Instead of homemakes, you may have the robots in future who may help you in day-to-day activities. So that becomes one of the appliances. Apart from this, can you think of any of the examples? Smart home appliances.
Microwave also.
Yeah, you can think of microwave. You can think of electric bulbs. Okay. Maybe whenever if you are there, anybody is present, then only the lights will glow. Otherwise, they will not glow. You may have the doors. We already have the doors which can open when the person is ahead, or maybe just having a photograph. Uh, they permit the entry of the person. Okay, there are many. There is much more scope as far as this smart home appliances is considered. You have smart TVs today, televisions. You have the internet connectivity in your house. You have the Wi-Fi internet connectivity wherein you can log on anywhere. You can use your mobile smart handsets. You can use your tabs, okay, and do shopping. Maybe you can make the payments. So all this is part of a smart home appliances. Now coming to the last part of this, variable computing and smart gadgets. Now what is this variable computing and smart gadgets? Maybe you can wear those computing gadgets which you can carry with yourself. Hello?
Like smart watches
Like
also.
smartwatches, yes. Uh, Now here the features, characteristics features are like portables. While operations, they are very portable. You can take them, you can carry them wherever you want. Enables hand-free and hands limited use. Directly you can use them when you wear them. Always they are with the user or acting on the behalf of user. You are able to get the user's attention, able to sense the user's current context. Okay, variable computing devices, maybe it's a portable computer which is incorporated into space of user. It can be worn anywhere around your body and your hands are free to use. Wearing computing devices can be embedded into everyday wearable objects which are persistently worn also. Now here you can take an example of a ring, maybe as you rightly said, the watches. Now here you can take an example like tracking information, as you said about the watches. What these watches do? Whether it's Dipali who is answering.
Yeah, yeah, ma'am.
Okay, so Dipali, you said about the watches. What information one can receive, one can get from these watches?
First thing, the heartbeats, the pulse rate.
Yeah,
Second is the steps we walk,
yeah,
timing,
very true. Like you
as well
have the
as
movements, you have the steps, you have the heart rate. You can just get the information of the calories, how many calories you have burned. Okay,
yes,
that is one thing. Second thing is maybe people, okay, with disabilities, okay, or maybe the kids. You have the gadgets to just, there are sensors, okay, fitted. You come to know where that particular pet is or the person is. So that is possible. Even you have different calculated watches also which will give you the relevant information. This is also possible here. We use the hands free, okay, while driving your bikes, so that there is no need for our hands to work. Today we are saying that maybe for you have the, for healthcare sector, basically biological data transmission, that also is possible. Fitness trackers in the form of, as you said, wristbands or straps that monitor physical activities, vital signs. It's possible. You may have the smart clothing with built-in technology which can perform a variety of tasks, including fitness or health monitoring, interacting with phones, other devices. Augmented reality headsets that integrate digital information into display of the user's environment. That is also possible here. You may have the hearing aids that can filter the unwanted noises and automatically adapt for best performance in the current environment. So here these are some of the examples of variable computing and smart gadgets. Now any doubts as far as this portion, this part was considered?
no, ma'am.
Even
No, ma'am,
everybody
no
has
doubt.
understood?
Yes.
Okay, I think the concepts are simpler here. Only you need to understand and connect it with the relevant applications of these concepts. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now whether the PPT is visible?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now we move on to the next part. So this is electronic commerce mechanism. Now here at the one end, you see there are the suppliers. At the other end, you have the customers. And in between both of them, you have the interface. That is the company, the retailer, or the manufacturer. Or maybe a third party which just has its own website or a portal in between these two aspects of suppliers and customers. That is what is electronic commerce mechanism. In suppliers, there may be suppliers who are supplying materials, that is raw materials to the manufacturers. They may be supplying the supplies. Okay, they may be supplying the components. What is the components? Like we say, the part which goes into the assembling, and maybe some of the goods which are used as an ingredient in the product or the finalized goods also. So here when we take this into consideration, it may be a material supplier, it might be the supplies, it may be the components, or it may be the goods. Any of this category, they are available for the customers. Now this basically reflects the transaction of B2B businesses, from suppliers to the retailer or to the manufacturer. The company takes the inputs from these suppliers and manufacturers their own product and gives it to the end customers. Or if he is a retailer, okay, retailer purchases any of this and supplies to the customers. Now many a times the customer also requires supplies or components to assemble his own kits. Okay, he also in need of this basic raw material. That is also a possibility here. What does the manufacturer does? He either manufactures it, or maybe he just purchases the finished goods and sells it to the end customer. Or if he is a retailer, he directly purchases from the suppliers any of this part and uh, places it to the customers. Now if he is a manufacturer, okay, suppose if he is a manufacturer, the manufacturer will purchase from the suppliers, and he will, instead of going to customers, he will supply it to the retailer. And so here there are two steps in between. Okay, from retailers it will reach the end customers. That is B2B business. When we speak B2C, directly from businesses to the customers. So if they are outsourcing the materials or supplies or component, then we say it's a business to direct customers, or maybe finished goods also. B2G, that is government, business to government. So if the customer is a government entity, if it's a government hospitals, okay, and the supplier is maybe any of the product which is needed for the hospitals, like you need syringes, you need medical equipments, you need beds for the hospital. So it should go through this portal. But only the thing is, here there is differentiation as far as the customer's part is considered. If it is an individual customer and if it is a government entity. In case of government entity, the purchases usually are through bidding. Okay, here they have to bid. The transactions are much more different in case of customers and in case of government sector. So it's a difference. So understood this part of electronic commerce mechanisms.
Yes, ma'am.
So we move on to the next part, that is online purchase process. We all might have experienced this, isn't it? थोड़ा मैं broad करना चाहूंगी इसको सिर्फ. Since it is a pictorial representation, I have just taken from the internet. यही process रहता ही है. Okay. First and foremost thing, before shopping, you just think of what is to be purchased, isn't it? क्या करना है? That is pre-shopping activities are considered here. Reshopping, exactly from where did you receive the information? Why do you want to enter into that product segment or category? Okay, once you think of it, then you enter the e-shop. Many a times there is a possibility you just want to browse, time pass. Okay, if I like the product, then only I will purchase. That is also okay. So here, that's why it's a pre-shopping activities. Then you enter e-shop, like we enter into a retail mall or a retail shop. Here physically, here also you enter the e-shopping module. Then the first thing it asks for the registration. Maybe if you want to have a glance, you can, but most of the time, these websites, they need your data or your information. So first and foremost step is to register. Today, if you consider any of the websites, this is the first and foremost thing which they will look for. Then goes to the security and privacy part. So here you can take into consideration many aspects as far as certain queries are there. Certain, in many of the cases, they just give you a form to be filled. Okay, once you fill it, you can further climb to any of the portals, that is the e-catalog which we say, or your account. From your account you can log in or just go to the catalog part. Catalog part is the face of the marketing of that website. Once you enter the website into the catalog, you will come to know about the products being offered by the manufacturer. You start searching the e-catalog. Suppose if you have predefined product or services, okay, to be purchased, then you'll directly go to that particular segment. Otherwise, as I said, you just want to browse. You have enough time. You are doing time pass. Or maybe you are just a researcher searching on the websites. In that case, you would like to enter into this e-catalog and try to see what are all the products available or services available with this particular manufacturer or the service provider. That is search e-catalog. The next step is whether to buy or not. Okay, whether you are not keen on purchasing or buying, then maybe you go for more investigations, like compare prices ahead. Whatever are your doubts, you try to clarify. Now, if you want to purchase it, then in that case, you go to shopping cart. Shopping cart, it gives you benefit. Maybe you add the products and continue with the shopping. Then maybe you go to the next options like checkout and payment options through e-gateway. You finalize your payments and submit. Okay. So here, as far as your part is considered, it's over. Now, the next part remaining is from their side. That is when it is shipped, through what, at what time, the order display, the tracing, everything, and then it reaches you at your doorstep. This is the general procedure. Suppose if you have not got, okay, after this, suppose if you have not received the product up to the level of your satisfaction, maybe you can just return it back. If you have bought a different product, okay, so many companies today they are marketing on this कि ये अगर नहीं है, आपको अच्छा नहीं लगा तो maybe you return it. That is also the promotional tool which these companies are using nowadays. Okay, this was about the purchasing part. Now coming to the next part is the e-marketplaces. Now e-marketplaces where the components or the participants, they transact with the help of internet. I think I have discussed this previously also. E-marketplaces where the buyers and sellers come together on the e-commerce platform and try to sell and purchase the products or avail the services. That is e-marketplaces. Now, if you see the components of this, now here you also do have the concept, we have also discussed market space, where they transact through electronic commerce. These market sellers and buyers transact through even the electronic modes. Now, if you come to the component part, who are the components They are the customers, they are the sellers, the products and services, of course, and the infrastructure which binds all these components together. So here, products and the customers are there at one end, the sellers are there at the other end. The product and services are in the digital formats. That is, you may have the poster of it, the photo of it, picture of it. You may have the specifications of the products. You may have the details of the services mentioned. On the basis of this, the customer, so more the detailing of the ingredients, more the detailing of the inputs, more the detailing of the product, okay, and services, more you become transparent, or the organization, the manufacturer, service provider is more transparent with the customers, the more is the penetration level of those manufacturers into the market. So here there is no need for the customers to have any ambiguity when they are thinking of ordering. Now, in case of this e-marketplaces, you also have the front end, as I had already discussed. That is, front end is seller's portal, okay, catalog marketing. What actually you show to the customers? How do you attract the customers on the web page? That is the front end. A shopping cart is there. Okay, how attractive is the poster of the product? If you have a search engine options, okay, so here, whether you have advanced search engine, suppose I just type a keyword, so whether it matches the portfolio of the product. So here, the it is the job of the manufacturer or the seller to see to it that they make optimum use of the search engine, or they design the search engine in an efficient way, so that at a glance the customer should get all the information whatever he or she is searching for. Again, the payment gateway is one of the option. Okay, many a times it happens that at this particular point, okay, it's not proceeding further. We might have come across this experience, so this should not happen. It should be hassle free, so that the transactions move smoothly ahead. Coming to the back end is online order tracing, online fulfillment of orders, inventory management, purchasing from the suppliers, processing it, payment processing options, packaging and delivery to the end customers. So all this is taken care by the back end support services. Intermediary. Now here the company may have its own website, okay, or they may have a third party between the buyers and the sellers. So both the things are possible. In both the conditions, they should see to it. If they are having their own website, they should design it at the optimum level. And if they are outsourcing to the third party, then their trustworthiness, reliability, authenticity should be taken care of. In this, intermediaries part is considered. Now coming to the types, buy side e-marketplace and sell side e-marketplace are two types. Okay, at the one end they are the buyers, at the other end there are the sellers in this e-marketplace. So as I've said, there are a number of companies which may be transacting through this different websites. So okay, this is about the types. Now customer shopping mechanism. Customer shopping mechanisms include the web stores. Now, a single company's websites here, the products and the services are sold. Okay, on this, as I said, online shopping cart, which is associated with it. Now, web stores may be the target specific industry or a segment also. You may have different web stores. Okay, in the online way or online mode where the customer just logins into your website and he just places an order. It may be B2B, it may be B2C. So it becomes much more easier and simpler in case of B2B, as in case of B2B transactions, you know about the specifications of the product. If you take into consideration the printing machines, if you take into consideration the manufacturing of the gadgets, the pistons, the specifications already they know. But when it comes to B2C, okay, we do not know what is the perception or requirement of the customer. When the customer types his need, then only the customers come to know about the category of the product expected. Unless and until they don't come to know which type of customer is visiting our website. E-mall. So here, if you see online shopping center, where many online stores are there located, they come together. That is what is the e-mall. Here, if you see, there are types of stores or mall, like general stores or mall. There will be generalized products where everything comes. Like you have today Amazon, Flipkart. Okay, they come together. More products are into the umbrella of a single website or a single company. If you think of specialized stores or malls, like you have a website of the Dell computers where you find the computers with respect to that company. You have a, you know, First Cry, okay, which specializes in the kids segment, the toys, the clothing, everything with respect to kids segment. It caters to. That is what is the specialized mall where the person will try to visit. He may have this, in case of the specialized store, they have certain segment. Okay, if you think of online medicines you want to purchase, so specialized mall is there where maybe a person is looking for the medicines. So those who have the need, they will only visit that particular specialized stores or mall. If you may have a garment segment like Mindra, specialized in clothing, you may visit that. On the basis of regional and global, also one can think of basing up the website, like it is restricted to only regional areas or it's beyond the globalizations or global stores. The next is pure play or click and mortar stores. Like I said, pure play, maybe you just have a internet websites. On the websites only you can transact. You don't have the physically existing shops, retailers or malls. Okay. While against this, you may have click and mortar stores, like you have physically stores. Like I gave you an example just now of medicinal stores. I gave you an example of First Cry. They have stores also on online also. Both the patterns they have imbibed the companies. Now, web information portal. It's a single point of access through a web browser to critical business information located inside and outside an organization. You may have different types of portals also here, like commercial portals, where you have B2B businesses. It's for the commercial purpose. Corporate portals, where you have, like strategic business units. It's for the corporates. You may have the publishing portals, which is especially for the shareholders, for the customers, for the media. You may have personal portals where you have individualization of messages, and mobile portals also. A portal that is accessible via mobile device. You may have voice portal, a portal accessed by telephone or a cell phone. Now you may have the electronic catalogs, search engine and shopping carts, which again serve as a helping hand. Electronic search activities, types and engines, okay, are very much helpful in this. So electronic shopping carts, which help in order processing. It's a technology that allows you to accumulate items which you wish to buy while you continue to shop also. So this was today from my side. We stop here. Any doubts as far as this part was considered, which I discussed? You may think of more examples which I gave rather than that also. There are many websites which are available. Hello?
Yeah, no, ma'am, no doubts.
Okay. If you know doubts, then I will stop here. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.